Wonderful. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, everybody. But look, it's great to see you all, and then wonderful to be here. It's been so many months since we last spoke together, right? So that we can discuss, uh, you know, the very important factors that are part of this process of becoming truly healthy, and also how important is the food that we eat for our daily lives, how important the nature, the type of food that we use, uh, so that we can stay healthy, we can stay young, and actually have a good long life with lots of quality and lots of enjoyment for ourselves and our family. The elements of a healthy meal. So often people ask me this question. So what is a healthy meal? Okay, what is a comprehensive healthy meal? And then often I tell them that there are three important factors that in part of the or components of a comprehensive healthy meal, right? The first one is what we call the macronutrients, which are in fact the larger proteins, the bigger proteins, the ones that are what we call the structural proteins, right? So all our body and our tissue is made up of these elements, which we call macronutrients, right? Proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Okay. Then you go a step further into this process of understanding what a healthy meal is, and you have to consider micronutrients. But while you have macronutrients, which are the bigger molecules, bigger components, the bigger bricks of your building, you also have the smaller ones, which are called the macronutrients. Now, these are vitamins, they're minerals. You can consider antioxidants, for example, a very important macronutrient which is necessary for your health, is necessary for your existence. There are also cofactors. And then we have fiber. And the fiber is one of those components which is part of a very healthy diet, extremely necessary and important. Today's diet, in fact, has very little fiber because most of the food that we consume are prefabricated, right? I normally call that uh, artificial food, in fact, or prefabricated food, and it contains a very small amount of fiber. Uh, when we need to understand a healthy meal, we have to find certain attributes, certain things which should be present in any meal that is considered to be healthy, or any meal that considered to be important for human health. Now, one of these points is about the glucose index, uh, or glycemic index. And now the GI, or glycemic index, is in fact an indicator, okay, uh, of your body response to the food that you eat. Uh, it's an indicator of how high your blood sugar goes when you consume this particular food, right? And so if you have a low GI food, which is the healthy type of food, okay, the tells you it's in fact indicating to you that the carbohydrates are being digested and released very slowly, okay, for sustained energy. But more importantly, they're being released and digested slowly, not to increase your blood sugar to an extreme, not to increase your blood sugar to a level that is considered to be unhealthy. Your healthy meal has to be easily digestible, okay? So in this way, the easy digestion process enhances how you absorb nutrients, okay? And it does reduce the pressure and the stress, which is actually created in the digestive system. So altogether, easy digestion, it always means more nutrients, and it means less energy spent by your body trying to digest this particular food, okay? Now, are they nutritious? So we know the majority of the food that we find in supermarkets has lost a significant amount of nutrition, okay? So think about an apple, for example. When you see a beautiful red, shiny apple, in fact, that apple most likely has been taken out of the apple tree 2 years before, okay? It has been kept under low temperatures, surrounded by or sprayed with chemicals to keep it from decaying and to keep it from becoming black. And so these apples are in fact extremely old, and the great majority of the nutrients that were originally present in the apple are not longer there, Okay, so the nutrition status of modern foods is very questionable. Also, we know that some of these foods from supermarkets are not easy to absorb, and a lot of people explain to me that they have difficulty absorbing the majority of the foods that now they buy from supermarkets. Difficult to digest. Often you see people that develop digestion problems, they develop gluten intolerance, for example, they develop allergies. Yeah. And then the digestion process is particularly visible, clear when you are consuming foods that comes in a box. So I always say to people, right, that anything that comes in a box, common, there's certain things you can't use from a box, but the great majority of food that comes from a box, inside a box, should not be used. Uh, and it's a difficult situation because so much of the food that we get these days comes pre-packaged and also in a box, right? Now, is it effective? I will tell you that we know that the majority of foods available in supermarkets have lost up to 60 or 70% of the original nutrition and many other qualities of the food that were part of the original food and not likely to be effective, not likely to give you what you're looking for, which is essentially the nutritional input into your body, right? Now, what about safety? I have many concerns about the safety of the foods in the supermarket, not only because of bacteria, right? Now remember that majority of food poisoning cases, situations where people become very sick with food poisoning and with bacteria infections, happens in fact on foods that are present in supermarkets, right? And then why? Because of the volume, because of the fact that when you handle food in very big scale, it's very difficult to ensure 100% safety. There's another issue about the safety, right? There is another issue, another important issue, and that is how many chemicals are you using to produce that food. We know apples, for example. I can tell you that I have my own personal experience in this. Apples, often they use up to 13 or 14 different chemicals spray over a number of months to ensure that an apple gets into your table, right? Now, these are serious chemicals which are considered to be poisonous and bad for the environment. So I always recommend people that if you really want safe food, try to use organic food as often as you can. Grow your own food, right? Grow your own food, which actually will give you that safety. And the other problem with safety is about GMOs. That is the genetically modified organisms or genetically modified food, which has become now mainstream in many countries. And that is a very significant concern that we have, that these GMOs are likely to cause significant health issues, which we are not aware of. And then even the manufacturers of GMOs don't really know how safe GMOs are for the future, right? They don't know what is going to happen to you after you consume this food for a number of years, right? It is an experiment that they are doing, and it's an experiment which is quite a serious experiment that will impact us in the future. And we will find out probably in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Now, we often try to find a solution to some of the problems that we face, especially a plan or a program. And then we have, over the years, looked at ISO program solution to help you to achieve some of the things that we are talking about, to look great, to lose weight, and also, more importantly, to be healthy for the future, to be in a situation where we can actually enjoy a healthy, a long life. Now, there are important parts of this plan. And in this isholution program, which in fact, it has become my favorite plan over the last few years, that is something that will provide us with an ideal healthy solution when we're trying to find a program to help us to enter into the healthy meal plan, healthy meal solution. Okay, it is fast, it's easy, it's very balanced program, it's healthy, it has a very low GI or very low glycemic index point, when you enter into this program. That's a very important attribute. It's a very important characteristic, very important part of this plan is that it will not increase your blood sugar unnecessarily. In fact, it will help you to regulate and to maintain a much more measurable and controlled sugar spike in your body, right? It's easy to use into your lifestyle, so it's not difficult to follow the isolation program. Easy to stay on the program for long term. So many people ask me, how long should I stay on the plan? I will say to them that you need to use it regularly and as long as you can, because you will see the benefits that it will come by using the program on a sustained manner on a daily basis and for a long time. Okay. Now, this is a clean and nutrient rich plan that can help you to build a very healthy cellular function to allow you to maintain your useful nature and to prevent the aging process. So the isolation program is certainly a program that I recommend because I find that many of the things that we are looking for are part of this program. And I will discuss them with you now so that you understand it. Now, the dietary milkshake is a very nutritious meal replacement plan. It's low in calories, low GI, lots of dietary fibers in it, very rich in proteins, and also very rich in micronutrients. Now, the plan in itself involves the introduction of very good quality protein. Okay, so protein is a very important part of us to enter into this healthy process. So protein is necessary for muscle production. It's also necessary for many other different activities of our body, many other different processes in our body. And we use a very good quality protein to produce the isolation program. Okay, we use whey protein concentrate from New Zealand. We use soy protein and milk protein, which is actually processed to be able to provide you with a certain amount of protein, which is extremely necessary. For example, you know, if you use other protein sources like red meat compared to the dietary milkshake, you will find that dietary milkshake has protein which is in fact healthier in itself. It is healthier than actually red meat because red meat, as you know, has some issues regarding saturated fat content. So red meat has a higher saturated fat content, and we find that the dietary milkshake will provide you the same or higher levels of protein without the fat content. Now, by taking 2 servings daily of the dietary milkshake, you'll find that you are supplied with the amount of protein that you need, especially for women, right, for a daily basis. Often we talk about 45 to 55 grams for men and women of the amount of protein that you need to consume on a daily basis, right, which is very easily provided by the dietary milkshake. Now, it is a very complete and nutritious meal, which essentially will take you just 1 minute to put together and to consume. So it's a very convenient way of achieving that. The dietary fruit juice has a different design and has a different objective, and that is to increase detoxification, also to improve your nutrition status, but the detoxification purpose of the dietary fruit juice, it's very clear, right? So together with a dietary milkshake, it will allow your body to maintain a good, proper function and to engage in recovery at the same time that is increasing your energy and your muscle mass. Now, dietary fruit juice is a multi-fiber component or blend. Some of the fibers come from Japan. It's called the sun fiber or fibersol. Psyllium husk is also a very important source of fiber, which actually we used to use regularly for many years in order to assist people that have gastric and gastrointestinal issues. We have turmeric in dietary fruit juice and as a significant amount of other forms of antioxidants as well. It's very gentle to the stomach and it's very refreshing and very tasty flavor, as you probably know. Now, Some of the main ingredients in our solution are combination of fibers, both soluble and insoluble. We have Pomanox, which is a pomegranate extract, extremely powerful. And I suggest that you look at this information in detail. Pomegranate has fantastic ability to engage in antioxidant and protective effects for the body. It's a very significant ingredient which actually will assist you in so many significant ways. Turmeric powder, antioxidant. Inulin is one of the best elements of fiber elements which we use to improve gastrointestinal function and to also prevent constipation and control diarrheas as well. A very good source of high quality protein, tropical fruit powder, medium chain fatty acids, which are what we call MTCs, or good quality medium chain fatty acids, which are excellent for controlling inflammatory issues in your body, and many other ingredients as well. So as you can see, by engaging in this program on a regular basis, you're going to be able to provide the body with very significant benefits. Now, we suggest a 14-day program, and you can read that by yourself on a daily basis. And what you'll do is you combine the dietary milkshake together with the dietary fruit juice to reduce the calorie intake on a daily basis to improve the quality of the nutrition and also of fiber you're consuming. We advise that you take 2 weeks always, and then normally what I see, and I've done myself, is to do 2 weeks, a number of times. In other words, I take 2 weeks, we'll take some time off, exercise, continue with our healthy lifestyle, and then do it again. And we find that we can actually adapt to having, a good healthy diet program, which help us to control our weight and control the amount of fat we have in the body. So this is a 14-day solution program. It's very easy to do. Just to finish, what I need to tell you is that solution program in general will provide you with many significant benefits. And then often I don't see other programs or other products which combine and bring together so many benefits under one program. For example, we're going to see that the iSolution program will help you to control your weight. It will help you to maintain your skin and your natural beauty, okay? It will help you to lose fat and shape up. It will help you to deal with aging, the accelerated premature aging process. You're going to see detoxification improvements, which you're going to be able to measure in many different ways. And I will talk to you about that later. It will improve your internal energy. And one of the things we're looking for is improving your muscle mass, your mobility, your strength, and actually will assist you to achieve and maintain good health. At the same time, will help you to deal with a much slower aging and will help you to prevent premature aging. If you're diabetic, what do you need to do? If you're diabetic, you have to reduce your sugar, okay? That's one important step. Now, so what the food that you eat while you're diabetic, it has to be, in fact, very similar to the components that we have in our ISO program, okay? It means low GI. So definitely the ISO program has the low glycemic index, which is so important for diabetics, right?